Sadhguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, Srimad Bhagavatam 416. As you may remember, Shuka was telling a story about the two, Mahadev and Brahma, being easily pleased, but not so much Lord Narayan. I'll tell you the story of Vrika and Asura. Once this evil-minded Vrika met Narada and asked him, "Tell me which of the three Murtis is most easily pleased. I want to know because I want to pray only to him." Narada said, "Mahadev is easily pleased with the worship of those like you. He has done it quite often. Ravana was one of the bhaktas of Mahadev, and Banasura was another. These earned great wealth and power because of their devotion to Mahadev. You can also please him easily." Narada deliberately did not tell him that these same devotees had to suffer later for the benefits they got from Mahadev. 264, the story of Vrika. Vrika went to the holy place named Kedara and worshipped the Lord Mahadev, who is known in that kshetra as Kedareshwara. Vrika sacrificed his own flesh and prayed to the Lord. He built a great fire and cut pieces of flesh from his body and threw them into the fire as offerings to Mahadev. For 7 days he performed this unique sacrifice, and on the 8th day he was desperate because the Lord had not appeared before him yet. He took the waters of the Abhishek of the Lord on his head, and with his sword tried to cut off his own head, as Ravana did of yore. Mahadev emerged out of the fire and held the 2 arms of Vrika. His divine touch made the devotee whole again. The Lord asked him what he desired. Vrika said, "Please grant me only one desire which I have had for a long time. Anyone whom I touch on the head must die at once." Mahadev had to let him have his wish, stupid as it was. Vrika then said, "I want to test the power which you have granted me. I will touch your head now." Mahadev had to leave the spot and run in the direction of his mountain home, with the Asura following him. He passed all the many worlds of the Nagas and the Gandharvas and the Devas. He arrived in Vaikuntha, the abode of Narayana. Narayan saw the coming of the Asura. He knew that he was trying to pursue Mahadev. With his yoga maya, Narayana assumed the form of a young brahmachari. He had a monji around his waist, and he had a sacred thread from which was pendant a Krishnajina. He had a stick of the Ashwatha tree in his hand, and on his neck gleamed a japamala. He was like a little Vamana who had come again to please those who had not seen him then. He encountered Vrika and said, "Vrika, you seem to be very tired. What is bothering you? Rest for a while and tell me what you have been doing, which has brought on this tired look to your limbs and this worried look to your face. If you think I can be of some help in what you are pursuing, I will then do it for you. I like you since you seem to be very naive and a person who can be deceived easily. In this world, one should help a fellow being, if it is in their power to do so." Vrika was charmed by the sweet words of this young boy, who was glowing as though with his own glory. He told the boy all about his sacrifice and the boon he had obtained. He said, "All I wanted to know was to see if the boon would work, but Mahadev has escaped from me, and I am pursuing him." Narayana laughed and said, "Indeed, you have been foolish. From the moment I saw you, I knew that you are very credulous. Don't you know that Mahadev's words can never be believed?" Vrika was taken aback. He asked, "What do you mean? Is he not the Lord who granted the boons to Ravana and Bana? Narada told me so, and he cannot tell lies." Sadhguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.